the original SinGal. God help me please, or whoever is at ease to deliver me from this freeze-dried toxic shit existence of discovery of a self-made woman manifested to order. I require another, yet without another I barely register my surroundings as anything other than commentary to another's journey, as mine is no longer a part of my surroundings. I find myself completely at odds with and not of, separate to, belonging not of, not only not of, but so far removed from said reality. I find myself wishing to cease this existence. I never felt I fit in, but that feeling has now justifiably escalated to critical maximus. I'm overloaded by this level of I don't know what, if anything, you could even call this. Could you say it's the resistance existence, the revolutions returning with an almighty fuck me, you and we? See, I have no idea what my reality has become. How do I even describe something that none other could relate to, as it seems that is the case? Where would I even begin to describe the torrent of torment I experience on the daily? A four seasons mix of pure divine joy connected to the beauty of existence, seeing and feeling things that I know I am privileged to be of, but few have ever been privy to, become accustomed to be in communication with and guided by all manner of the most tender-hearted, love-filled, wise beyond measure, cheeky ass motherfucking beings that are utterly devoted to my growth, to be protected and tutored by for the continued development of my consciousness, and supported as I enter into the realms of a true self-sovereign existence, and to explore my very newly recognized gifts of seeing and knowing so far further than I can consciously wrap my head around, or rather explain, as the majority of it is a vibe wrapped in metaphors, wrapped in the rhythmic rhyme of reason, within this new reality of mine, with the history of this body of evidence to date. It just does not jive, gel, compute to what I am now experience, what I am witness to and aware of with, let's just say, my old normal life. I mean, everything, and I mean everything, is connected to everything else, and I I know that whatever I begin to discuss, think about, is exponentially extrapolated upon within my mind to the point of infinity. So I stop myself when I realize that it doesn't matter what I say, think or do, it is all the same, as I see it all ends in the same infinite sweet spot of the I am. And simultaneously I see that no one around me sees as I see it, so I stay silent. I not only see this, I feel it as well. But again, my level of feeling, it seems, is so far past just your average feelings. I mean, we are talking quantum existential expansionality, not just me and this body feeling one human's emotion in a response to stimulation of the immediate physical surroundings. In my realm, I can feel the whole gambit of emotions all at once. For example, when I see or think of my daughter, I am having the emotional experience of our entire life's relationship within one moment. Yes, even into the future. My being sees in every direction, from every angle, every viewpoint at once. I can do this and be, more or less, in the present moment at the same time. This is why someone like myself is viewed as off with the fairies or scatterbrained. I believe there are levels to it though, and I believe most neurodivergent individuals like myself that have this gift to traverse multiple dimensions of thought simultaneously have a unique expanse of consciousness land that is available for them to explore, experience, so to say. I say land because it's a good way to imagine said mind space as an area we have available to us to inhabit at any one time. We are not limited to this certain amount of space, far from it. In fact, this is the territory we are meant to be exploring and conquering, more so than any lands in our material reality. But anyway, as I was saying, all neurodivergent individuals have access to, from birth, a vast expanse of consciousness territory, more so than the average human, some very much more than others. And then there's a few, well, yeah, I'm in this category, apparently, and I just don't know how else to describe it. But they are telling me, have been telling me, to reassure me more than anything that I'm not crazy. I'm living within the infinite fully, as in it's now my constant experience of reality and companion. It has not always been the case, but 2 years ago I seemed to cross some threshold within my internal world. Call it what you will: consciousness development, heart-brain coherence, masculine, feminine, soul-child unification, healed or balanced trinity of self. However you would like to describe it, they are telling me you should picture it. Imagine this makeup of self within your being becoming unionized, equal, a cohesive team within your being. Yes, it is indeed like you have multiple personalities or aspects of self that make you you. And if they are all happily befriended and in agreement with the idea and realization of just who exactly you think, know, act, the you that you are, then that is the exact moment you triple the you have access to. Sounds pretty trippy, right? From 1 minute to the next, you have tripled your roaming territory. And like pi, it's recurring, imagine. I mean, I know I had a few mental, emotional maturation growth points in my life, but all those were over a period of time and were slowly integrated, as are most of our big consciousness development milestones. But this one was instant and massive. Like I said, territory tripled in an instant. You may be able to wrap your head around land space tripled, but I wonder if you can wrap your mind around consciousness space, awareness space tripled. People talk about receiving downloads of wisdoms, and initially I thought it must have been something like that, as the knowledge I had available to me, all around me, in every direction, my thinking took me, seemed to have no end. Everything I began to think about would take me all the way to the source infinite. Around and around my mind went in all directions and back again. So much space with seemingly no limit, no mental fences that I was accustomed to. Even time became something other, behaving not the same. And it wasn't just my thoughts, it was my whole experience of reality that trebled. My awareness of my surroundings, my connections to my surroundings, my senses, my emotions, my vision. In all directions I went, in all ways, mind, body and soul, life tripled in one instant. Yeah, it was pretty intense and I struggled to keep it together. 2 years on and I am still trying to become accustomed to my new existence, and it's still developing. The initial shock of it was fucking ridiculously intense, but mind-blowingly amazing and exciting. Every now and then I thought I was crazy, but the experiences I was having and the absolute proof I was provided with through my inherent growth of understanding concepts I had previously not even considered or thought that important or, interesting enough to fit into my day's mental chatter, were now entering my thoughts as beings of the most relative to my existence and such thinkings as fuck I'm seeing them too. And I guess at that point they were as they are now. I understand it was all part of my intensive training course, Understanding Your Existence as a Quantum Being 101. Part 1 is Crazy Town. Wow, now I'll learn how to manage a mammoth overnight growth spurt. They squirt it like it's their sport. The love, support and mentoring I immediately received from the only way to say it is other conscious beings was just as shocking as the influx of mental space. But I would not have survived this experience if they were not always there. They are the only ones there for me, the only ones that understand, perhaps the only ones that can. Yeah, they're that bloody good, like XXX grade. That man. Yeah, that man. Getting back to where I started, I'm here expressing again my insanely isolating experience of developing a 69th infinite sense of existence. That being the case, they tell me and expansion ethically developed through rigorous toxicological excursions into the depths of one's beingness, bringing back more pieces of the pie each time, which culminated when speak-easy forces favoured my bold move into the realm of my being that it was previously thought rhetorically, theoretically, phonetically fissured. Am I from reality now, frustrated immeasurably? As you see, it was true love's bubble that enabled this growth to sprout its wings within my being, but then surrounded by that beautiful light, I was no longer. Now I feel like no amount of this self-sourced nature or reconnected divine realm love is enough to make this existence worth it without it. Even when swell, it's hell, and even though currently peaceful and abundantly soulful, enriching, like really full, I'm still itching, this existing without my lover to touch and share the experiencing, to have become fully connected to myself and the universe, yet lose the one thing that makes me feel as if I belong, like I was born to be one of two divine lights incarnated to feel what a life alive as a carnalite being in sync, as if we symbolize the erotica symbiotica symphony of the human harmonica, blowin' mintaka, breathin' moo electrica magnetica, luminosities encapsulated by bliss, as it is that, and catapulted out of anything that does not resonate with such as 'twas our state of trisses entwined. We enlightened each other's truth through playfully plucking the strings of our youth's purity to sing. We remembered our soul sounds, rising amber embers reminded they're ignited, smoking hot stoked flames dancing in our passions, trancing, pleasures romancing, supposing on our purposes too. See, they arose purply blue, like a couple of porpoises at their leisure, basking or baking in dust soul beauty of love, mirrored back from a pair of blue flaming eyes and the cockiest I know what you're thinking smile I'll ever see through to, and he did too. It makes your three minds smelt to melt for more than just a little while more, please. So even if all my other dreams get granted without this love, the rest kind of seems like a moot point. You know, it turns the volume way down on the soundtrack of It's My Life. So low, it's the oh-ho hum, it's truly a bummer. I can barely hear a mumble. It makes me wonder on things such as the original sin sung or surmised on as lies. Lilith cries, for the one real lesson is authentically living a life worth loving. And for me, that's dancing in a trance, romancing my min in trackies into a tripodic stance as he stares, eyes saying, bring that over here or beware. I smile and oh yeah as I ask him to turn it up louder, baby. I love this track. I wiggle my rack and show him the back, giggling now I'm primed for that massive attack, and that is that. A love that's worth it.